There's a river flowing very fast. It is flowing so fast, but there are some people who feel torn apart, suffering greatly. The river has its destination. The elders say we must let go. Keep our eyes open and our heads above the water. Push and go, celebrate those around you, and take nothing personally, especially yourself. The time of the lone wolf is over. All that we do now must be done in sacred celebration. We are the ones that we have all been waiting for.
I've been so privileged in my life. I'm surrounded by beauty in so many ways. When I was a boy, my life was filled with joy, excitement, and freedom. I was always playing in the lush tropical rainforest and swimming on the Great Barrier Reef. I remember waking up to the sounds of the birds and swimming in the fresh, clear waterfalls. It always reminded me there is something special about reconnecting to our natural source. I always saw the world as a playground and furthermore a garden. There were no threats, no fear, and no worries. I felt invincible and thought our environment was as well. As I've grown older, I've awoken to the story of the huge changes in our environment and in our potential as humans to thrive in our natural state of being.
We're in the midst of an evolutionary upheaval at this moment. We are deep into, now I'm not saying flirting with, I'm saying we're deep into the 6th mass extinction of life on this planet. 5 times in the history of this planet, life was thriving, and then some cataclysmic event ends up wiping out up to 90% of life. A lot of it has to do with corporate control of media, and that their interest in petroleum and coal is actually destroying the environment. And so you really didn't hear a lot about it until recently, because now it's critical.
Well, I think we've known for 30, 40, 50 years now that by consuming fossil fuels, we were putting more CO2 and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. That's going to warm the biosphere.
30 years ago, we saw these changes that are occurring, and here we are today with a government that is still making decisions that don't seem in line with where we need to be in order to continue to live happily, healthily, and harmoniously in connection with nature.
Climate change has happened periodically on this planet over and over again. But what's different is that human behavior is exacerbating that climate change, making it worse than it ever could be by undermining the ecosystem that we were provided with.
We're looking at the last chapter of life on Earth with our current course of action.
We are becoming so disconnected that we're living kind of in a space of it's us or them.
Nature is not designed for raping and violation, because the outcomes is what we witness every day. Another species disappears, and more plastic in the ocean, and fluoride being added here, there, and food-like substances being sold as real food. It's no measure of good health to function properly in an insane society. That is really what Western society currently is. It's a socially engineered, constructed matrix.
Many years back, not that many, maybe 10 years back, we were having some big catches of beautiful fish, sustainably caught, but it's noticeably gone down. There's been research to say that some species are having trouble to regenerate and grow their babies in the reaches, the small reaches of creeks and waterways near where human population is. It's there, the facts and the data.
Our environment is our home. disconnected. The relationship that we have with ourselves and others is what's creating our reality, and we've gotten outside of ourselves.
We have another home.
When the earth is suffocating, we're suffocating. When the earth is barren and dry and infertile, we become barren and dry.
And I went into this deep, deep, deep place of despair and depression.
We are part of a dense web of life that we've successfully, to our detriment, removed ourselves from.
I was depressed. I was horrified that I was contributing to that.
If we don't look after ourselves, then we will feel okay about trashing the planet.
There's more layers to it, like the dairy and the egg industry is even more cruel, and it contributed to a lot of environmental impact as well.
So something really needs to change.
I think we're all walking around lonely as hell.
It's very easy to get disheartened because it is such a big problem. Everything we've got going on, and sometimes we think, what can we actually do individually? Because there's already so much damage done.
I see that people are deeply, deeply sad, restless, addicted, they're chaotic, they're kind of like borderlining some sort of psychological dysfunction.
Okay, we're killing ourselves. But what if we need a death moment to transform completely, to let go of all of the preconceived notions of what it is to be human?
I know there's a lot of doom and gloom scenarios out there, and yes, that is one pathway, but I don't know, I just have this feeling, or maybe it's just this strong hope and belief that there's more to us as humans, and that potential and that possibility, that I still think that there is, there's so much greatness that can still come.
At the end of life, we've termed it death. We have the belief, I think, in our subconscious because of the movies we watch, because of the TV shows we watch, because of our big divorce from the death process. It's become sterilized. And our opportunity to rebirth, because death is not an end point, it's a transformation moment. It's an expansion beyond the limits of this frail biologic shell that we carry around. And the instant that we step out of that, we find out that the universe embraces us in every single second of our existence in complete acceptance of who we are. We are enough in and of our own identity of I am at every second of every point of our existence.
So we're in a process of redefining everything. Everything that we've been taught, everything that we've been brought down with, everything that we've been programmed with, everything that we set as norms. Because the process of chaos is very relevant for any natural order to come about.
What do we truly value? Mm-hmm. What do I value as an individual?
Every action out there is either a call to love or it is an act of love.
Everyone's got a part to play, and I truly believe that everybody's doing their part in one way or another, whether they know it or not, because everything we do has an impact.